All right, y'all. Man, we are live on this beautiful Monday afternoon. And I'll be honest with you, things are looking scary, scaly, and not the best, as the Bitcoin price has gotten a double top with some bear div on our 12-hour. That's about to confirm in 6 hours. If we don't bounce from here, we are going to be breaking down from the channel, guys. And we could come a bit lower. Man, oh man. Now, I'll be honest and say I don't think that the high is in for the week. I don't think so. But here's the thing. If we do lose this trend line, we could come back down to the value area high. And this is going to be the big make it or break it back test right here. Massive, massive support. All right. Massive support. Support resistance flip. Plus a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Make sure to smash up the likes. God bless everybody in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, the Messiah. I pray you and your families are blessed in many ways as this Bitcoin price action is taking a tumble. And I am in a long trade here, guys. You can see I've taken a long trade, set up, given in the Casper crew, told the community when I went long. We did hit a take profit one on here. All right, so this thing will stop me out at around a break even upon stop loss, but man, oh man, you can see what happened here if we go down to a lower time frame. We got the bounce right from that low. I mean, we were looking basically to come down right to 76557. And we came down. I mean, you take a look here. We literally got the bounce right from this level. 76,557. We got a bounce and we couldn't come back above $77,000. 77 is right now resistance. And so I have taken a TP1 here. I've got the rest on to sizzle just in case, but I'll be honest with you, it looks like we're going to come lower. All right, it looks like we're coming a bit lower here. Oh my goodness, guys, this is the most scary thing I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. The scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Sheesh. If this ain't scary, I don't know what is, guys. If you're scared, make sure to smash up the like button. And if you're not scared, make sure to smash up the like button. Shout out to Zach6 Juanita. Shout out to Philip PM4N. Shout out to Zach6 Juanita again. Shout out to Teresa Young. LOL 48KKKKKKK. Crypto Hollywood says, let's go Casper. Getchy says, yo. Big shout out to Splash for our film. Shout out to KeckWI8L who says ping. Jesse Gullick says bop. What's up, man? God bless you, bro. Shout out to James. He says longs are cooking. I don't know if longs are cooking or longs are getting cooked, baby. We got a huge week this week, guys, because shout out to Luxy. Shout out to Luxy. You're from Frederick, Maryland. Hope you have an awesome stream. Well, thanks, Luxy. Hope you have a great time in Maryland. All right. Big shout out to James. He says, is butt cheeks one word or should I spread them apart? Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Shout out to THR Tiger. 40K soon. Man, honestly, we do have a lot to talk about today as we are heading up to a monthly close in 3 days, because as a man once said, 30 days half September, April, June, and November. And so we are coming up to April 30th, guys, which is the end of the month. And we know the saying, sell in May and walk away, or else. And here's the thing right now. Well, yeah, let's just break it down, guys. Let's just break down what's happened here. Look, again, I have been cautiously bullish. Yesterday, we were saying if we break this box, we could get an easy move up quite a way. But so far, we are not holding the box. And there is something that makes me a tad bit nervous here, which is this. On some exchanges, notably Bybit, we hit this level with a quick wick just right through. I mean, it was so subtle, you wouldn't maybe have even noticed it. The wick just comes through the level by a couple bucks and then drops. Now, here's the concerning thing. The concerning thing right now is that we are not able to reclaim these lows. All right, these lows from last week, very important level to reclaim locally, because losing this now is officially changing into a downtrend in this channel, right? I just want to zoom out and show the importance of the reclaim of 76.7 and most notably $70,000. You know, we are potentially breaking down from this ascending channel. And this ascending channel has been support since the bottom at $65,000. All right. So the big question is, what's going to happen here? Well, you know what? Look at this. We're getting a little bit of a bounce here. Would you look at that, man? We're up right now, $400, baby. Yeah, so this is a big make it or break it level here. Let's see if we cannot reclaim this. So far, we're trying to reclaim this low right now. Let's see what happens now. New York's back from lunch. We got our 1 hour candle. Let's take a look at our market ciphers. So we know that we have a 12-hour bearish divergence. We know that we have a 4-hour bearish divergence. Oh crap, and money flow is crossing into the purple on the 4-hour. My goodness. All right, this is not what honestly not what I wanted to see, guys. You know, I'm just being honest. This is not what I wanted to see. The 1 hour time frame. The one bullish thing about this, guys, is the money flow. We have a money flow divergence on the 1 hour. A money flow divergence is as the price is making a lower low, the money flow is getting higher. This is the one bullish thing here. We go down to our 24-minute time frame. We also have the bullish money flow. We're not seeing the divergences that we were seeing earlier this morning, okay? So this is a very key level right now as we are attempting, guys, to get back above this diagonal trend line. This diagonal trend line is super important. Super important diagonal trend line. All right? We're closing candles above this and we can say, look, it was just a fake out of the lows. Right? We had our lows here. It was just a failed auction of the lows, a bullish deviation. Now we're back inside here. And then we could expect a pump, but man, oh man, this is so key. Because look, guys, it's not just an arbitrary support. It is the entire trend line of the uptrend that we've been in since the 27th of March. All right. It's a monthly support level diagonally. All right. We have bear divs on the 12. We have bear divs on the daily. Here's my hope. All right. Here's my hope and dream right now. My hope and dream is that we actually do come up and take the highs again. All right. I'm looking to hold the trade I'm in right now to like the midline of this channel, at least around $81,000. And I'll tell you why I'm expecting that. Let's go to Coinbase. Now, Coinbase, when we took the high on some exchanges, we did not take the high on other exchanges, right? So this bearish divergence does not exist on Coinbase. Because look at Coinbase. Coinbase didn't take the high, right? Coinbase did not come up to 79,523, which was that level that we had, right? Other exchanges also did not take the level. Let me check. Did Antarctic take the level? Antarctic did take the level. Yes, we did. Some exchanges didn't. All right. Now, short trade that we are in right now is the short trade that we took in the Casper Crew VIP Discord last week. All right. Last week when we hit that 79.3 level, that was on the 22nd of April. Still in the trade. The reason I'm still in this trade, guys, given in the moment in the Casper Crew, when I told everybody that I've shorted it, right? Where did I say I've shorted it? Right here. I took it. All right. I thought we were going to pump, but I took it. The reason I'm still in it is because I recognize we're at key resistance. This could turn into a bit of a juicy swing trade here. All right. Let's watch very carefully, see what's happening now. Back on the Bybit chart as we are attempting to break back into the trend line. All right. Let's take a look at the order flow here. We're seeing a steady amount of longs actually coming in right now. Hang on, I gotta readjust the treadmill here. Steady stream of longs trying to come in right now. Potentially forming maybe a little bit of bearish CBD here. Let's wait and see. We go to our 5-minute chart. Again, we're not even halfway. We're about halfway to the initial impulse up that we had up here. All right. 77.096. This is going to be key resistance right here. We might actually just do something like this, guys. We might do something like this if we make it to come back up here, because we are forming a bit of a sideways range locally here, right? So we did just take the low. Maybe now we come up, we take that high. $77,000 is this very important low over here, guys. All right, so we need to watch and wait. I've got about, let's see, almost $400,000 on the line, guys. I've got $400,000 on the line at risk. I might have to sell the treadmill after this one, man. I might have to sell the dang treadmill after this one. Let's see. Not all, man. I know it's not mandatory that all exchanges need to CDW. All right, I understand this. But when Coinbase doesn't take a level, I think it's significant. How to get into the Discord? JasonCasperTrading.com. JasonCasperTrading.com. Click the link to join the VIP Discord. It literally costs a little bit more than $2 a day. All right, $65 a month. That's like $2 and some cents a day. All right, it's like your dang coffee. But this is the Discord where I tell you guys when I'm taking trades, when I'm taking profits, setup given, let you know what I'm doing, when I'm taking profit. We gave the long from 65K. We gave the long from 68K, which, by the way, is still open. Now, here's the thing. We need to talk about this guy over here. All right, because I'm in a little bit of a day trade, but right over here, man, I am in a juicy swing trade from $68,000 from the trade we gave in the moment in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Man, what is my plan with this trade? Guys, my plan with this trade is this. As long as we don't lose this level right here, the back test of these highs, all right, right around here, all right, this support resistance flip, I am going to be holding this trade. The reason is because that is basically the value area high of this range right over here, okay? It's a little bit different on Antarctic than it is on Bybit. But let's go ahead and let's put our row size at 200. See if that changes things. No, it doesn't. Basically, this support resistance flip right around this area, let's call it $73,000. All right? If we lose this purple box, I will close the trade. If we bounce from this purple box, I'm going to add $500,000 to the position, and I'm going to shoot for $81,000 target, give or take, maybe even higher, with a $1 million position. This is my plan right now. Right now, I've got about $421,000 on the position. On the position, baby. All right, so that is my plan with this trade, man. We lose the purple box. I'm closing it for probably around a $30-something thousand profit. Let's say we're up about 50K now. We might even hit a $40,000. I'm not expecting to get out of here with more than 35K if we're coming back down here. Again, 35K, worst case scenario. Best case scenario, I'm looking to make over $100,000 on this trade. All right, that is what I'm looking at right now. Now let's get back locally to Bitcoin because we are seeing some volatility coming on in. All right, we are seeing some volatility coming on in. All right, so just to recap here, guys, you know, these positions I'm showing you, that swing trade, I gave it in the moment, right? I told the community, I've taken the trade. All right, so this is no kind of hindsight analysis. If you're in the Casper crew, I'm updating people with what I'm doing in the momente. Now, let's see what's happening here. Scary stuff, scary stuff. We've got some longs trying to come in. All right, again, we're trying to reclaim this key trend line right here. Come on, 1 hour candle. Can we get a 1 hour candle close above this trend line that we were breaking down from? Super, super key right now. Super, super, super key right now. Man, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really hope we do. I was hoping that we would get a fake out to the downside today and then get a pumperoni and cheese. Let's see. Come on, baby. Can we get a pumperoni and cheese? Let's put on our 12-minute market Cipher B. The good news on the 12-minute market Cipher B is there is some bullish divergence here. All right. There is some bullish divergence confirmed here. Money flow is starting to tick up. Let's go to our 6-minute. 6-minute honestly looks pretty good for some upside here. I'm not going to lie. If we can make a higher high and not reject, I would not be surprised if we don't get a fast move back up today, right? I would not be surprised if we don't come all the way back up. So let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Big shout out to Crush League. You must be crazy if you think it's bad. XDF. Shout out to Erica Candle Mafia Chick. What's going on, Erica Candle Mafia Chick? Big shout out to the Candle Mafia. Shout out to Frankie Candles. Shout out to everyone else who uses blue and purple candles. All right, blue and purple, that's where it's at. Shout out to Not MT911. Shout out to Preparing for War. Shout out to Splashfire Films. He says, rooting for your $100,000 trade. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope it plays out, man. I hope it plays out. All right. Big shout out to Jesse Butler, I6E. He says, let's go, Jay. Let's go, my man. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Felix HFH. He says, yo, Jay, what's good from London? Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so thankful for Jesus and everything he's done in my life. Praise the Lord. Pumperoni and cheese. Let's see what we got going on. Shout out to Adam Thomas. 4 years ago, looks almost identical. One more drop. That is very true, my friend. In fact, I do have to say, all right, if we're going to just be honest here, and you know I love being honest. When it comes to my analysis, I always try my best. We are seeing some insanely bullish signs here. Weekly time frame on Bybit has confirmed bullish. Money flow is confirmed in the green. All right. Confirmed green money flow. What does it mean? Confirmed in the green. What does it mean? It means historically, guys, the bear market's over. And any next drop we get is a buy the dip opportunity. All right. The last time money flow went from purple into green was back here in April 2023. The time before that, money flow goes into the green over here. And that next dip was the time to buy. So this is telling us, guys, next drops, if we get more drops, that is when we expect our bottom to come, right? That's when we expect our bottom to come. So I don't know how low we can go. I don't think that the low is in yet, in the sense that at the very least, we need some kind of a back test. At the very least, we need some kind of a back test of this support base right here before we head into a bull market. But this money flow is getting me bullish here. Now, one more drop would be ideal. I would love to see Bitcoin in the 50s, or at least take this low here and ideally come down to our 786. Now, the longer we're here, the less I feel like that's possible, because here's the deal. The monthly green dot always has meant that the bottom has already come. All right. Bottom has already come right here. The bottom was already in right here. The bottom was already in right here. The bottom was already in. So long as we're not confirming the monthly green dot yet, there's still time for us to make another drippity droop drop. But I do want to say this as well. When we look at the monthly time frame and we see what's happening here, right? I mean, let's just objectively look at this, guys. We had this key support resistance flip from the April 2025 low. We tried to wake up to it in the month of March and got a harsh rejection. We are about to close the candle above this level now and close a higher price than the March candle. That is nothing to scoff at. When was the last time we had two blue Bitcoin monthly candles in a row? The bull market, right? So it can happen in a bear market as well. It can. We saw it happen over here in the bear, right? But this is definitely something to pay attention to, because as soon as this green dot confirms, man, that means probably the low is in. And the only way, once that green dot confirms, the only way I think we could see prices coming back down lower, let's say it confirms, like, let's say we don't get a drop, right? And it confirms in like May, right? The only way I think we could come lower than 60K after a green dot confirmation on the monthly is in the event of some kind of crazy black swan scenario in which the market reacts to some kind of news that allows us to come and take that liquidity, right? Big capitulation, but then I think we would see a big reversal. So once that green dot confirms, for me, it's like, okay, if something happens to get a big drop, it is not the time to freak out and sell the bottom. It is the time to buy the deep. right? It is the time to buy the deep, right? So I feel you, Castro 7777 says, there's no way we don't touch 80. I feel that, man. I totally feel that. So come on, Biddy. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Man. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Hey, yo, Bitcoin, gotta beg you, come on. You got your boy singing this crypto song. We going short, heck no, we going long. Super high leverage, cause what could go wrong? I sold my house, I got the new mortgage. Bitcoin price looking like she foraged through the forest to find some nice mushrooms. The Bitcoin bout to pump, hear the profits, boom, ka-ching. Straight into the cash register. My Bitcoin profits couldn't look better. And outside it couldn't be wetter, cause the clouds are filling up with the rain. To sket, to sweat, to squirt, to hurt. Right on your shoulder, you got to blurt it out. You know we're making profit, hear me shout. J. Casper in the house, we got the clout. Oh snap, the candle's turning purple. And Jason Casper, such a nerd like Steve Urkel. 7-Eleven, I got a Slurpee, got a slurp, yo. Got the feeling in my belly, got a burp, yo. We want the candles turning blue. Bitcoin, shut up and let me tell you what you gonna do. Market maker, sit back and I will take you to the school. How the markets work, we pump and dump. Don't be a fool. Hey yo, J. Casper, you know we took the long. Like I said, super high leverage, what could go wrong? And I know we got 2 red candles, but we about to pump up so fast that you can't even handle, let me tell ya. Let's see what happens today. All right. All right. Shout out to Juan Estrada. What are my thoughts on the Bitcoin dominance looking like it might get ready to dump? Well, let's take a look, man. But I don't know if I have any cohesive thoughts on Bitcoin dominance right now. Because here's the thing. Really think Bitcoin dominance looks like it's about to dump? We are confirming a monthly green dot on Bitcoin dominance. Money flow coming up. Let's go to the weekly. I don't necessarily think that looks too bearish. I don't think it looks too bearish, to be honest with you. But here's the thing. I would say this, like Bitcoin dominance, I suppose you're talking about this local swing failure pattern that we got here. If we go to the 4-hour time frame. All right, let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour time frame. No, we didn't even get a swing failure pattern. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we definitely have an anchor trigger. We're forming some kind of a flag. Remember, if Bitcoin really is going to pump and hold 80K, above 80K, we're probably going to see, it depends on, if we don't dump right away on Bitcoin, we'll probably see money rotate into alts, right? And that would push Bitcoin dominance down. We really need to be looking at altcoin dominance and USDT dominance along with Bitcoin dominance, right? Still, let's check out USDT dominance. Ooh. I mean, we're consolidating, we're making higher lows here. Let's see. You know, ideally, we would see Bitcoin USDT dominance take this liquidity here. That would be a really nice setup, and it would also give us some really nice bullish divergences. I would be watching to see if Bitcoin, if USDT dominance can't take these lows here. Because if we do, look at the insane bullish divergence that we would have on the 4-hour, on the 6-hour, it would be crazy. Right now, it's not divergence, it's just convergence. So this actually does kind of line up nicely with the idea of Bitcoin making another high here. And Bitcoin coming up maybe to 80, 81, 82, maybe 83. Right? Very interesting. Now let's take a look at altcoin dominance. Right now, Yeah, altcoin dominance. Let's check out our weekly time frame here. I mean, it does look pretty bottomed out in the same way as Bitcoin does. We did take this low here on altcoin dominance right here. Then we got a little bit of a move to the upside from there. If Bitcoin dominance is coming down with an increase of altcoin dominance, that's not super bearish for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dominance is coming down with a big increase of USDT dominance, that's really bearish. What is okay for the crypto market is for money to go from Bitcoin into altcoins. What's not okay is for money to go from crypto into stablecoin, right? Stablecoin, that's not what we want to see. That means people are scared. All right. Yeah, I know CDW on Bybit by $1.90. Isn't that crazy? I know, but I just don't feel like I don't feel like the high is in yet, right? False move Monday, says Adam Thomas. You know, when I say we could see some money rotate into alts, I don't necessarily think that it means that we're going to have a straight up alt season where we're seeing altcoins hit new all-time highs. But I do think it means we could see some money rotate into altcoins because a lot of them are super bottomed out. Big shout out to WKZI2N who says, cold as ice, cold as ice. Thank you so much for the super chat. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate the 7.29 AED. AED. All right. Big money flowing into oil, my guy. Is anyone in oil right now? Y'all in oil right now? Let's check out oil. Check out oil futures here. $96. Let's see here. This is our daily time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. Where do you see the big money flowing in? Are you seeing it on the chart? Or you're just going based on fundamentals. If you're going based on fundies on a Monday. For some, I don't know why. I don't know. All the warnings are flashing. All the warnings are flashing. Well, here's the thing. Depending on what happens in the world, the price of oil very well may skyrocket. Like, seriously. Very well may skyrocket. And, so yeah, if you're in oil, like, cool. Good for you. Cool for you. Big money goes to AI and tech stocks. Yeah, we got the CDW on Bybit by just a little bit. Let's check out NVIDIA pumping to an all-time high. Sheesh. Look at this. Yeah, you're right. All money goes to AI and tech stocks. Yeah, that's crazy. This is crazy. Man, look at that. Look at this. Oof, man, I feel bad for the person waiting for that CDW. Can you imagine? Waiting for the CDW, don't get it. And we don't even get a back test on that one. Man, oh man, I'm glad I didn't miss that trade. But we do have some bearish money flow right here, not gonna lie. On the monthly, not saying that we're gonna dump from here, but yeah, wouldn't surprise me actually if we don't range here a little bit more. Looks rangy. Let's see what happens here. Look at this chart, for example, right? We had a high, we took the high. We had a low, we took the low. Let's see what happens here. I'm not trying to short this thing. Let me tell you. Definitely not trying to, but if I start to see that we're coming back in, I would look for take the low. And if not take the low, maybe get a higher low, come down to the Fibonacci golden pocket, depending on where we come to. Let's check out the volume. Yeah, I mean, that would not be bad, right? Come up, come down, and continue. Come up, come down, continue. Now, does this thing usually respect the golden pocket? I mean, really, typically, sorry, my Bill Gates voice. Typically, we form these ranges here, right? I don't really see us respecting any golden pockets around these parts. You know, let's pull the GP from here to here and see if we respected her at all. Yeah, we got a little bit of a bounce from her for sure, but then we came to take the low. She gave us a bit of a bounce, but then we then we came to take it the low. What was the egg code? The egg code is please LOL. All right, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Egg code, please LOL. All right, please LOL. The reason it's please LOL is because the VIP code this morning was please. And so I figured, why not make it please LOL? Same thing, but put a little LOL at the end, right? The same thing, but put a little LOL at the end. See something here. Yeah. What was the last time I was sick? Well, praise the Lord, praise Jesus, that He is my healer. He has healed me from many different ailments, right? And I do believe a lot of times illness can be spiritual, so I'm always rebuking any kind of demonic attack. You know, if viruses are real, they are information, right? They're genetic material. They are just strands of RNA. That is very spiritual in nature. It's information encapsulated in biological proteins, right? But praise God, he keeps me generally healthy, right? He keeps me generally healthy. And I trust Him for that. I trust Him for that every single day, right? I do not take my health for granted. And I'm always praying that the Lord rebuke any illness or spirit of infirmity. I mean, biblically, there is a spirit of infirmity and dis-ease, right? So praise God. Dis-ease. You know what I'm saying? Intel is ripping as well. The egg code didn't work. Oh wait, I'm sorry, it's not please LOL. I changed it. It's happy LOL. Try happy LOL. Happy LOL. Because we're so happy. Try happy LOL. Sorry, I changed it. Yeah, happy LOL. Happy LOL. There you go. Try that egg code right there. Man, what do you guys think? Let's take a poll in the chat. Is this long trade going to work? So it's interesting. 50% say the local high is in. 50% say no. So we're 50-50 here. Let's take another poll. Will my long work? We'll see what you guys say. We broke out of the channel. What's my take on that? Ultra bearish. Ultra bearish. Look at this. Look at this. This is not good. If we close the daily candle below this trend line, it is not good. And look at this. We even now tried twice to come back in, and both times rejection. So not good. We have 12-hour bearish divergences. All right. I mean, I hope it's not the case, but this short trade that we gave in the moment in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from the exact top could turn into a juicy swing trade. All right. And this long trade that we gave in the moment in the Casper Crew VIP Discord where we hit our TP1 could just be stopped out of break even. And then the short prints, right? And then the juicy swing long trade that we gave in the moment in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, instead of hitting our target of $100,000 profit, we might just close it out for 30K. We'll have to see what happens. Again, this purple box here is the make it or break it moment on my swing long. I either add $500,000 at around 72.5-ish and ride it up with $1 million position, or I close it out if we lose the box, and by that time, I'll probably close this out in like a $30,000, $35,000 profit. You know? $50-50, market maker's gonna feast. I know, right? I know. I did like the 12-minute Cipher butt cheek pattern too. That's what got me into that long trade that I'm in over here. That's in the, is it in the red or is it in the green? Let's see. Oh, it's in the green still. It's in the green still. What do I think about a long from 74.9? Oh, the 786? Yeah, could work out. It could work out. That is the 786 from the low to the high. Yeah, could work out. Could work out. I'd say really our massive support is going to have to be the back test of this, right? This zone right here. So let's call it 72.5-ish. All right. Very, very important level. That's going to be our key support resistance. Flippity floop flop. Crap, we're dumping. Crap! Bybit USD didn't take the high, but Binance did. Bybit USD did take the high. Coinbase did not. You know? One second. Oh. Sorry, guys. You know, weighted vest got too heavy. On my quest to shredded abs, it's a very delicate balance between energy balance, right? You know, you want to be burning a lot of energy, but also you got to conserve a lot of energy, because if you can't lift heavy, then you might as well just stop losing weight. You know, do I believe in other intelligent beings other than humans? Well, I believe in the Bible. All right, what does the Bible say about it? What does the Bible? Does the Bible say there are other intelligent beings other than humans? The answer to that question is the answer to your question. Shout out to Divine Hood. How much weight did I have on that vest? That vest only had 25 pounds on it. All right, but I had a very heavy leg day yesterday, and I've got a heavy upper body day tomorrow. So I've got to be fresh. Because what I did, unfortunately, was I did a little bit too much weighted vest walking last week, and when I hit my first upper body day this week, I missed 2 reps on my second set of incline bench press. So my goal is really to not lose reps or strength on my lifts, and I'm going to be losing weight until I start to lose strength for 2 weeks in a row. And then I'm going to start eating a lot more food. You know? Let's see. Hard-boiled eggs and apple diet. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with the hard-boiled eggs and apple diet. Oh, you've been getting bombarded with live ads during the stream. Okay, cool, man. Well, good for the. I guess that's good for my channel, right? I guess that's good for my channel. Yeah, let's see what happens here with this long trade, and let's see what you guys say too. So let's see. 60% say the long trade will work out. Do I have a home gym? Heck yeah, I have a home gym. Yeah, everyone should have a home gym. If you don't have a home gym, what are you doing? Honestly, even if I didn't have weights, I would only work out at home. You know, I've gone through periods of my time where I didn't have much. Literally a couple dumbbells and like a flat bench is all you need to work your whole body. And a pull-up bar that goes in the door. A pull-up bar that goes in the door, some dumbbells, and a bench. You got yourself all you need, man. I'm not even kidding. For legs, get some dumbbells, get the power blocks. All right? Power blocks. Get these things. All right? Get these things, right? Adjustable power blocks. All right? These things right here, the adjustable dumbbells, that's all you need. You know? For legs, you can do Romanian deadlifts, Bulgarian split squats. You can even put the dang dumbbells up here, hold them like this, and do front squats with them. I'm telling you, it's hard. If you get the ones that go from like 15 to 90 pounds, that's like 180 pounds you got up here. It's hard. That's going to fry your quads. You could do conventional deadlifts with the dumbbells, single leg Romanian deadlifts, calf raises. You could put those dumbbells on your hips and do some glute thrusting. You could do, man, there's nothing like bent dumbbell rows where you go on the bench and do the single arm dumbbell rows. Man, I'm telling you, and you can do them at different angles. Get the upper back, get the lower back, dumbbell shrugs. You could do farmer's walks with them. Of course, you could do floor presses. You could do dumbbell bench presses, shoulder presses. And then if you have a pull-up bar and a dip station, man, you could just tie those dumbbells to yourself with a chain, do weighted pull-ups, weighted dips. You got everything you need, man. I'm serious. I would never go to a commercial gym again. I can't imagine getting into a car and wasting time driving to a gym. I just can't imagine that anymore. Used to be my thing. It really did. But how would I feel if Bitcoin went to 2020 levels, says Max Longs? Well, I would feel a mix of fear and greed. I would feel a mix of fear and greed, to be totally honest with you. I would be scared. Because if that's the case, that means my net worth is down millions of dollars. So that's a little bit concerning. But the greed would come in when I think to myself, well, I'm down millions. Maybe this would be a good time to put a lot of money into Bitcoin. And hope it works out. But if we come down to $3,000, man, is that what you're talking about? I feel a huge mix of fear and greed. I cannot even imagine losing that much money. I should imagine it though, because anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. Shout out to Dustin Prince. He's 51. Look at him. He looks good. All right, looks young. Doesn't even look 51. All right. Besides the gray beard, dude looks like 33. All right. He says I'm 51, and I have to tell you, eat natural protein. He's talking grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef, organ meats from the local farm, steaks, grass-fed, grass-finished. He says don't eat no rice, no sugar or fake sugar. And don't believe the hype of the cholesterols. All right. He also hasn't drank in five weeks, and he looks and feels amazing. No alcohol, no sugar, no rice. Get your proteins. You know, you're only 2-minute drive to the gym. Well, that's fine then. I actually used to go to a gym where I could walk to it. Now I live in the middle of nowhere, guys. I'm looking out here at mountains. It literally would take me like 40 minutes to drive to a gym. All right. So that's like 80 minutes. It's like an hour and a half of driving. I can't do it. You know what's funny? Yesterday I had to go somewhere. I did legs. And then I had to immediately get in the car and drive. And when I got out of that car, I was so stiff. Usually after I train legs, I go for like an hour walk. And I never get stiff or sore. I do get a little sore, but not like I was yesterday from working out. I was pumped up. You know, GHPL says RIP science section of the stream hitting hard. Yeah, GHPL still he doesn't believe in eating natural proteins. He believes in eating unnatural proteins and lots of sugars, I guess. I don't know. Don't drink water for 5 weeks and you will look amazing. I'm sure you will when they what do they do to your dead body? They put like makeup and stuff on trying to make it look good, right? We got a beggar in the chat. You know what? I don't even see the beggar. Oh, I see the beggar. You lost your money today. You need help. Well, I wish I could, man. I wish I could just give money to everyone who asked, but I can't. If I did, I wouldn't be doing what God is calling me to do, honestly. But yeah, it's not good to ask for money in the YouTube chat, all right? Can we take this obvious equal low? This one right here? At 76.5? Yeah, we could. I mean, I think we already kind of took the low. It does look like we are going to take it again. Let's check out the order flow here. We're forming bearish CVD here, man. We're forming some bearish CVD here. It's really not looking the best. I hope you guys are right. 60% say the long will work out. Your job has a gym on site? Me too. Me too. People are like, no rice. WTF, man. I guess I'm sorry, the 51-year-old guy in the chat. People love their rice. All right, people love their rice. Shout out to Archie guy. He says, if somebody could send me $1 million USDT, I'll put on 100x and pay you back. Yeah. What do I think about another jab to the low and then straight to pump city? I like it. In fact, I'm kind of planning for, if we get another jab to the low, I'm planning to look for another long trade. That's actually my plan right now. We do have a local golden pocket just below us, right? We also have this 12-hour order block. Let's check out the daily. Let's check out our 4-hour. Yeah, I mean, check out our 1 hour too. Yeah, we actually do have a nice little zone of support just below us, and that could allow us to get some nicer bullish divergences on some of these time frames here. You know, that could allow us to get a nice local 24-minute bullish divergence. Bullish divergence. Ain't gonna take away my rice and chicken or beef. No carbs at all. I'm on a very high carb diet. I'm getting lean. I'm on a quest to getting shredded abs. All right, I'm pretty lean right now. I'm getting pretty lean, and I eat 500-600 grams of carbs a day. All right, 500-600 grams of carbs a day. I'm on a very high carb, low fat, medium protein, 50% carbs, about 25% fat, 25% protein. Give or take there. So I think if you want to get lean, carbs are the way to go. Carbs are the way to go. Unpopular advice. If you want to get lean, carbohydrates are the way to go. Let's take a poll. How do you like to get lean? High carbs or low carbs? Let's take another poll. Get ripped abs. Do you like high carbs or low carbs? I love high carbs. Let's see what people say here. Anthony Lee Crypto, he leans out on high fats. You know what my problem is, Anthony Lee Crypto? I have such a strong appetite. People say fat makes you full. Fat does not make me full. It does not make me full. Doesn't make me feel satisfied. All right, so for me, if I have a little bit of fat and a lot of carbs, man, that makes me feel satisfied. Like this morning, for breakfast, I had like 5 whole zucchinis. I had tons of blueberries. I had hard-boiled eggs, some Greek yogurt, and that's pretty much all the fat I had was from the eggs, right? I had lots of carbs, and then I had a giant bowl of popcorn as well. So I don't know the exact macros of it. I could find out. But it was pretty low fat, high carb, and I feel good. I feel good after that. I feel like I got energy. If I had the high fat, if I replaced the carbs with fat, I'd feel like I had low energy. Then I'd be tempted to eat more. You're eating a block of sharp cheddar right now. That sounds great, bro. Carbs were created to make you sick and addicted? Well, I don't know. I take the opposite view. I think God made carbs for us to eat, right? He put us in the garden, and he commanded us, you shall eat the fruit from every tree in the garden, except for one. So I love fruit, potatoes, popcorn, quinoa, sweet potatoes, squash. Can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong. How big were the zucchinis? They're pretty big. I chop them up into halves and I put them in the oven until they get soft. And then I cool them off in the fridge. And then they have like a texture of like a grilled portobello mushroom. And they taste really good. They taste really good. If you're staring at yourself in the mirror all day, you're prideful. Maybe I'm prideful. I mean, here's the thing. Higher lows. When it comes to fitness for me, right? For me, I'm very thankful. I wouldn't say I'm prideful. I would say I'm very thankful. Because here's the thing about fitness. It could be taken away from you in an instant. Something could happen to me tomorrow where I wouldn't be able to move my body anymore. Everything in life. Like, here's the thing. As long as you understand that whatever you have in life is from God, whatever situation you're in, whatever achievement you have earned, it's not really you doing it. It's God putting you in the position to do it, giving you the tools to do it, and allowing you to do it, right? So when it comes to me in fitness, the reason I do it is for two reasons. First reason is because I was very out of shape as a younger person. Extremely out of shape. And I was bullied, I was made fun of. I couldn't do things. I couldn't play sports with my friends, right? Couldn't do a push-up, right? So all that experience has pushed me to now say, you know what, I'm never going to allow myself to go back to that, right? The second reason is because I love to push myself. I love to do extreme things, all right? It's very difficult to get lean and muscular. It's extremely hard. I mean, it's easy in theory. It's hard to do. It takes a lot of discipline, right? It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of planning. You know, it's easy to be out of shape, all right? It's lazy to be out of shape. It's lazy to not care about your diet and eat whatever, right? It takes discipline and hard work to make sure you're eating healthy, to make sure you're training consistently. And the fruit of that discipline is that you have a strong, mobile, healthy body. Now, of course, this is all in the context of the fact that God has allowed me to lift weights, which could be taken away, like I said, in a second, right? He's allowed me to be able to eat healthy. Again, could be taken away in a second. So as long as you're not letting things get out of their proper place, I think it's a good thing to pursue fitness. Even it's biblical. You know, Paul says physical exercise profits a little bit. There is profit to to physical exercise. The discipline of keeping in shape will flow into every other aspect of your life. In fact, trading and fitness are very, very, very related in the sense that they both take a lot of discipline and a lot of hard work and a lot of repetition and a lot of habit building. They will both show you your weaknesses. And really, self-control is a fruit of the Holy Spirit, right? So as long as you keep it in its proper place, I think fitness will probably benefit a lot of people, man. DH, he says, Jason, imagine how amazing is that one of the 1001 gods chose me. Pretty sure there's more than that. But yeah, I am in awe of the fact that the one creator God who created everything else, including the other gods, did choose me. And that he gave up his own life for me and for humanity. That does blow my mind. Like, it blows my mind. Let's see here. Uh-oh, this is going to get me copyright stricken. Here we go. The pure golden era boom bap beats. We got the same one here. This is a good playlist. I like this one too. Man, it looks like our long trade is going to get wrecked. You fast 20 hours a day? That's cool. I've been doing a lot of intermittent fasting myself lately here to try and get lean. My quest for shredded abs. Because it just makes it easier to eat less, right? Yeah, Coin Operator just walked 7 miles. How do I get my cardio? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't do any cardio. High protein, my undies got wrecked. Yeah, I've never had an issue with that. I never have had an issue with protein farts. But then again, I've never eaten well, that's not true. I can't say. When I was younger, maybe I got Walmart whey protein. But I don't ever remember having protein farts. I'm sure they exist though, all right? I'm sure they exist. Will I be open to longs if we come a bit lower? Yes. Yes. LY says God is not a man. That's true. God is not a human being, right? God is not a human being. But God did take on human flesh. There's a big difference there. Yeah, I'm doing cardio right now. You know, this morning I did do some assault bike intervals. That is my preferred cardio, is either hill sprints or assault bike intervals. Some high intensity interval training. You got to be careful with it though if you're trying to cut weight, because it does have a pretty good ability to spike your appetite, and also it takes a lot of energy out of you. So I say once, maybe twice a week. But if you're just eating normally, then you could do that like maybe 3 times a week, honestly. So let's see if we can't, man, I was hoping we'd get some volatility today, guys. I was hoping this stream would be sensational. I was hoping we'd pump. I was hoping this long trade would work out, or I was hoping the short trade would dump. I was hoping something crazy would happen, but it turns out no. You know? You gained weight for a film Tubi? An intrusion? You can see how much weight I gained for that film. You felt awful. Interesting, man. Interesting. Well, I'll have to check it out. An intrusion. I'll have to check it out. Is doing a bad thing justified if you're doing it for a short term just to get your family out of a bad situation? Man, that's between you and God, bro. I don't know. It depends on what the thing is. What are you doing? What are you doing? I can't answer it. I have to know the specifics. Right? I'm not a, what's the word? I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified to help you with that. We're forming a triangle. Let's check out the order flow here. A little bit of bearish CBD. Come on, Betty. If we want any hope, we need to squeeze this. We need to squeeze this. Felix plays drums at church. That's cool, man. That's what my son wants to do. He wants to play drums at church. Ben Armstrong warned years ago that these swings get bigger once price gets higher. Do they? Okay. Okay. Bitcoin is always a long game, for sure. For sure. I mean, look, this right now is called trading, but in general, guys, I mean, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. I hold a lot of Bitcoin. I don't see why we can't see Bitcoin $250,000 in 2029. At least 180K. I don't see why we can't see 500,000 eventually. I do think $1 million per Bitcoin is possible given the right situations. But I mean, here's the thing. Bitcoin's already far exceeded all my expectations in life. I mean, I got this thing when it was $600. So I have already seen it go up from, when did I get in? 2016, this summer. I've already seen it go up 20,000%. So, you know, 20,000%, that has exceeded my expectations by far. If we come up another, let's say we go to 250K, right? I mean, that is 100% higher than our current all-time high. I mean, that is literally nothing. And if we do go to $1 million, that is 700% from the previous all-time high. We've seen Bitcoin go, in just the last bull market, went 700%, right? From 15K to 125K, about 700%, right? About 700%. I don't think it's so crazy to think that we can't go 100% in the next cycle. You know what I'm saying? So it just, I feel like it's very possible. Yeah, prayers for Ben Armstrong. Am I gonna sell my Bitcoin and buy XRP? Nah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but I had a friend who did that. We'll hit 85K this week, then a sell-off. Yeah, that's actually pretty much what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping that we come up to that area, and I'm hoping we get a sell-off, and I'm hoping we make a double bottom, or I really hope we come down and make a lower low, you know? But let's see. Let's see what happens. We'll have to wait and see, right? Did I get a prenup? No, but I should have, because when I got married, my wife had a whole bunch of cool stuff that I didn't have, like a job and health insurance and benefits, you know. So I should have made a prenup that says if we get divorced, you still got to support me. But sadly, I was too in love to think about that. Young and dumb, getting married, 22 years old, so stupid. You know? Was there ever a time when you start to overcomplicate your trading? Yeah, whenever I'm on a losing streak, I'm trying to overcomplicate things, honestly. Intrusion. We got to Google the film Intrusion to figure out our 51-year-old, low carb, high protein guy in the chat. Let's see. Here we go, Intrusion. It's a film. So I don't know what character are you in the film? Are you one of these guys? Let's see. Dustin Prince. I don't see a Dustin Prince here, but I'm not assuming that's your name. All right, maybe this is the wrong movie. All right, looks cool. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch this? You know? You know? Is this the one? This might not be the one. Man, this trade is really freaking me out. What if we get a Great Depression in like 1929, a 10-year bear market scenario? Well, and if that's the case, you know, let's look at the chart. Let's look at the chart. First of all, I don't think we're going to see anything like we saw in 1929, simply because at this point, there is going to be a financial system reboot. All right, there's going to be a great reset this time, right? The stock market crash of 1929 happened because the Federal Reserve was created, and now they can just print money, and all of a sudden, there wasn't enough money to support all the fake. There wasn't enough real money to support the fake money. This time, the next big catastrophic collapse is going to bring in a new financial system. But here's the thing, and I truly believe this: there is opportunity in every bad economic situation. There really is. You just got to know what opportunity is best for you at the time. This is why I'm such a big proponent of tangible assets and like homesteading, because the ultimate wealth and the ultimate protection against inflation is being able to produce your own food on your own land, honestly, and have your own animals and produce your own electricity and your own water, all these things, right? I mean, that is the ultimate hedge against inflation. But if there is something like that, the market will get wrecked, but probably it will come back in some way, shape, or form. And if you can hold through somehow, you'll probably be all right and probably even end up back to pretty much normal. Now, unfortunately, most people lose a lot during that because businesses go out, and so people get fired, and people lose their houses, and people lose all their stuff because they're in debt and they can't pay, right? But if right now you're acquiring things, tangible things, then you're not going to lose your house, like all this kind of stuff, right? And if you're in the market right now investing, then you have some ability to buy things that are wrecked. All right. You have the ability then to maybe buy a house. If right now a house that might cost 700K, who knows? In the future, it could cost 150K. Who knows? Who knows? Right? Then you could buy that house. And then when things normalize, you could sell the house for a lot of money. Like, there's always kind of opportunity. But the thing is, the opportunity only comes for people who are not reliant on the system, the debt-based system. Your average American in debt has a mortgage, has a car payment, they don't own anything. So if they lose their job, that's it. They lose everything. And they don't have the means to benefit from the situation. That's how the elite get richer and the middle class goes away, right? So I don't know exactly what that would look like. I don't know exactly my plan either in that situation. But I would definitely be looking to buy things that I feel like are worth actual value, right? And that hopefully I could sell in the future for something that would be worth value. But it is interesting. Like, let's just take a look at like SPX. The best things you could do is produce meat, guys. If you can raise chickens, oh my goodness. So here's the catastrophic crash of 1929. It's pretty crazy. You know, Federal Reserve gets created right here, 1913. Then we get this big bubble. Things go up 200%. Then we dump all the way down. Now, if you could have held through this and not lost your house and lost your job and lost everything, if you could have just held through this, let's say you were invested in the S&P 500, and let's say, you know, the rest of your life now, you had a couple years of hardship, but now, I mean, you know, you went down 80%, but then, now let's say you live until the 70s, right? You live until the 70s, now you're an old man, you're retired, you're up 2,000%, like, you know? So, I'm pretty convinced, as long as, because all these things are engineered, right? All these market crashes, they're all engineered because the money's fake and people control it, right? So that means the people who are in control of this stuff are really, they're the ones that are going to benefit from this stuff. Because they're the ones that have dry powder on the side to buy when it's low and then pump their own bags. So the only thing we can do as normal people is try and like do what they do to the best of our ability, which is like make sure, first of all, we're not like a slave to the system. Try and get out of debt as much as possible. Try and like live off the supply chain, off grid as much as possible. Learn how to invest so that when they pump their bags, they're also pumping your bags, right? And then have some powder on the side. Because I mean, it's the same thing in 2008. You know, we get the big drop, 60%. If you could hold through this, I know a lot of people committed suicide during this period of time who lived in rich neighborhoods. It's so funny, rich neighborhoods, a lot of people in rich neighborhoods, they're living so above their means because they have a good paying job, but they lose that job and they're screwed, right? Crazy. But you held through that, you're up right now 1,000%. That's crazy, you know? You know, you lost half, but now you're up 10x, right? So you started with $1 million, went down to 500K, now you're up 10 million. Isn't that crazy? Pretty crazy. So I would assume something similar would happen in another horrible crash, except this time I do think they're going to switch the whole like financial system to a digital currency. And that'll come with differences, and I don't think we can for sure know what those differences are yet, you know? How did people in the USA allow the Federal Reserve to be in private hands? Well, I think a lot of people don't know what the Federal Reserve is, first of all. And second of all, I mean, let's be honest, Americans are pussies. I hate to say it, I'm an American, we're pussies, we're soft, we like our air conditioning, we like our health insurance and our benefits, we like our social security, and like we're pussies. I mean, think about the people who allegedly founded this country, some teenagers who didn't want to pay taxes, so they went to war. I mean, nowadays, Americans aren't like that. Nobody has the balls to do that. You know, no one has the balls. It is what it is. These people, don't tread on me. They have their don't tread on me flag on their pickup truck. Meanwhile, they're complaining because they don't get enough Social Security and now they're retired. I worked hard for my Social Security. Well, honestly, Social Security, that's not American. All right? Yeah. We're too comfortable. We're used to living above our means. And Americans like socialism, even though they say they don't. We do, because we want the government to give us benefits and we want to pay into the government to get money out later. That's socialism, right? We'd rather have a cushy, comfy life now than have a less comfortable life and be a little bit more free. But yeah, I think it's a combination of that. People just don't know, and people just don't care enough. People don't care enough. And I'm not saying I'm better than that. I'm not trying to go to war against the government. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care enough to try and go to war against the government because they're extorting me and paying to make me pay taxes, and they're stealing from me with the fiat currency. I really don't care enough. I'm a pussy. I'll admit it. Too much of a pussy to do anything about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'd rather live a nice, comfortable life now, you know, than sacrifice everything to try and make things right. You get what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the situation. People don't like to admit it because they're egos, but look, we're all pussies here. It is what it is. We grew up comfortable. And do we really want to literally sacrifice everything we have to maybe make some change, which probably won't happen because you're going up against the dang United States military? It's like, nah. No one's ready for that. No one's going to do that. And they know no one's going to do that. They know nobody's going to do that. There might be some pockets of people who want to do that, but there's just not enough people organized together in order to actually do that and make it happen, you know? So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, like I always think about it like, you know, I can look around and say, I don't like this, I don't like that. So then I ask, well, what am I willing to do about it? The answer is nothing. Nothing. I'm not willing to do a dang thing about it. So I can't complain. I really can't complain. But my mindset is make the most out of the system that exists, right? I'm not going to try and change the system. It's not worth my energy. What is worth my energy is using the system that exists and leveraging what exists to the best of my ability. That's what I like to do. I'm going to teach my kids how to trade? Heck yeah, honestly. Because, yeah. My daughter, she's already an entrepreneur. She's making stuff, selling stuff, and she's always asking me for money to buy stuff. Because, you know, when she makes stuff, she needs, you know, she's 7, so she makes stuff, she sells stuff. But when she needs to buy stuff to make stuff, I give her the money. And I'm showing her, look at this, you know, look at these trades. I'm teaching her about the uneven butt cheeks. I'm trying to show her, like, look, you can make money doing this. So I think she's going to be a good trader. I think she's going to be a good trader. Soon the 2 witnesses will come. Mark of the Beast is coming anyway. I do believe that preparing for war. I am a futurist in my eschatological views. So yeah, I do believe that. At some point, I'm not going to be able to continue in the system that exists without denying my faith. And when that happens, I'm just going to have to give up everything, and I'm fine with that. But for now, we can still work the system, you know? We can still work the system. You smell Homeland Security hiding in my chicken coop? Oh man, look, I don't mean to be so crude in my choice of words here, guys. Using the term, you know, the slang term for female genitalia, but I don't really know what else to say, you know. In general, and I know I don't speak for everybody. I'm broad brushing here, Americans, but I mean, even in general, when I look around, I mean, never mind. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody. But in general, Americans do not care. Even though they like to say they do, they really don't. They don't care. AI is basically the Tower of Babel. Yeah, AI is essentially the exact inverse of Babel, right? Yeah, it's the inverse of Babel. He says, God says, if as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. I feel like that literally is artificial intelligence. Nothing humanity plans to do now will be impossible. We could make it happen in the metaverse. In fact, let's see here. Let's go to the only real inspired Bible version, the King James. Just joking. I do. The King James version does put the Hebrew a little bit more literally here. This is a more literal translation of the Hebrew. He says, now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. And it's very interesting. The imagination, that's where all this stuff kind of starts. With AI and augmented reality and virtual reality, it really is an inverse of the Tower of Babel, right? It's a reunification of humanity like things were back then. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Big shout to our super chats. Cool stream. Any advice for inspiring streamers? Yeah. Randy trades futures. Here's what you should do. Something weird. All right? Something different. Something different from everybody else. That's what you got to do. All right? Does everyone use blue, red, and green candles? Maybe you should switch it up to blue and purple. Does everyone try and be super flashy and talk about their Lamborghinis? Maybe you should stream from a dirty garage. All right? Maybe you should just do something weird and different. And you got to be yourself, man, and you got to be consistent. That's really it. Be yourself, be consistent, and eventually, with God's help, you'll gain some traction, man. All right? But the one thing you don't want to do is paralysis of analysis. The one thing you don't want to do is say, I'm not going to do anything because I don't know what to do. Or I'm not going to stream yet because I don't have a good mic. Or I'm not going to stream yet because I don't have a good camera. All right? I started my YouTube channel with no mic, with no camera, and even right now, I am not using a mic. I'm using Apple headphones, bro. Just Apple headphones plugged into a MacBook. All right? And I have over 150,000 subs. Elon Musk and our great Jewish president, part of AC. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I definitely believe that, like, all governments are, by their very nature, AC, right? There's no middle ground, right? No middle ground. But thank you so much for the super chat, the Fib Puller. And thank you for the super chat, Randy Trades Futures. And shout out to KRNJ Swaggy. Has the Bears div played out? Here's the thing. I would say no. I would say it's not even confirmed yet. The one I'm talking about is the one on the 12 hour. Right? It's not confirmed yet. It will confirm in 5 hours. So in 5 hours, this Bears div will confirm. And here's the thing. We don't want to see a daily candle close below this trend line, man. It's really not looking good, and we're fighting right now. At the very least, if we build some liquidity here, it would be nice maybe to come and take the liquidity, right? And then get a reclaim maybe on daily open. Remember, it is False Move Monday. It is False Move Monday. Something like this could actually be really nice. All right, something like this could be nice. And this is a long trade that I would potentially be looking for. All right, but what was my strategy to leave the 9 to 5? Well, I'll be honest, I never really was in the 9 to 5 very much. So I used to work I've worked for temp agencies. I worked in the food industry for quite a bit. I had a job in various restaurants, and then I was a barista at Saladworks. Not Saladworks, Starbucks. I did work at Saladworks as a delivery guy. But I was a musician for 3 years, like full time. And then after that, I started a business with my dad and my brother. And before that, I was always kind of an entrepreneur, right? My friends, they were getting jobs in high school. I was selling candy in high school, right? I was selling candy in high school. I felt like a baller in high school. Because I was selling pixie sticks, man. People were addicted to these things. I would get them at Costco. $1 for 100. All right, buy each one for a penny and sell each one for 10 cents. People come in, give me $1 for 10 pixie sticks. A 90% profit margin. Man, I made so much money selling those. Right? And then later on in high school, I got into affiliate marketing because my dad got into affiliate marketing. My dad had a 9 to 5. This is how my dad escaped. My dad escaping the 9 to 5 helped me escape the 9 to 5. My dad was tired of working for the man. All right? So he started researching. This is back in like the early 2000s, 2004, 2005, about affiliate marketing. And like there's this thing called commission junction where you could like sell other people's products for commission, and we would make websites. Me and my dad would make websites. We would write articles. We would get the websites to rank high on Google, and we would get paid for selling other people's products. And so after I was in a band, me and my dad and my brother, we started doing that. We started doing search engine optimization for other businesses, and we had a business doing online marketing. And I've been doing that. I did that. We started that business officially in 2012 was when we were official. Before that, we were just kind of doing it as a sole proprietor just to make a little money on the side. But then we went full time doing that. So yeah, shout out to Papa Casper. No, I never sold weed, man. I was always too scared. Always too scared to sell weed. I did smoke a lot of weed back in the day, but I was always too scared to sell weed. I was always very scared of going to jail. Because I was in a band, right? And like, so I was on tour a lot. So I was paranoid about like, if I ever like was put on probation, I wouldn't be allowed to leave the state, which means I wouldn't be able to tour. Which, yeah, I couldn't do that. Couldn't bring myself to do that. Yeah, big shout out to Papa Casper. Big shout out to Larry Garcia. Big shout out to Benny Blanco from the Bro. And Damian Wins, you did some affiliate marketing, commission junction. Yeah, that's what got you into crypto? Yeah. GHPL has been as happy that you left Christianity after being forced by your parents. Well, I'm happy for you, man. Like, I am happy for you. I hope that whatever you decide to do in life, that it's fulfilling for you. I hope so. But yeah, I can see why if you're being forced into a certain ideology, you would definitely feel free after, especially if you never, how do I say? I mean, if you never had a relationship with God and you were just forced into something, yeah, I can totally get that, man, for sure. I could totally get that for show. Big shout out to KRN J Swaggy for the super chat. Do I ever use trend-based fib line? I do. I do. In fact, I'm a big fan of it, especially for like bigger trends, especially in price discovery. But I don't use it too much. I'm not much of an Elliott Wave guy. So if you're looking for more Elliott Wave stuff, I highly recommend you check out Mind Pillar Markets and Divine Hood. Right? Mind Pillar Markets and Divine Hood. Two excellent channels. Mind Pillar Markets, Andy, used to be called Bitcoin Census. And Divine Hood, a trader in my own community who has his own channel. Check out these guys, because man, what is going on with this ridiculous Bitcoin price? What is going on with this ridiculous Bitcoin price? I can't even believe what's going on with this. Interesting. Big AVAX rumors are that Polymarket is building a layer 1 on the network. Wouldn't be surprised if this is true. Man, those are some good rumors. Where's the stop loss on the long? I'm not going to say, all right? I'm not going to say. Andy's the man. Andy's the man. All right, let's see here. I mean, AVAX is one of those things, right? AVAX is one of those assets where, I mean, we are as bottomed out could be. I mean, obviously we could come down to $3 in an insane kind of scenario here, but I would say just based on the horizontals, we are at big support. And if something, you know, it would not take much to make money in AVAX right now. You know, from February, we haven't done anything. I mean, even if we don't even make all-time highs, even if we just come up a little bit, we're talking hundreds of percent here. You know, potentially 500% just to come to the 2024 high. You know, let's go ahead and pull this channel here. Again, look, I hold AVAX. I'm not telling anybody what to do. Please don't misunderstand me here. But if we come back into the channel, I think at least we could come back up to here. And if we flip this, I don't see why we can't come back up to here. So, yeah, this is the kind of stuff where if you have some money to risk, it's not a bad buy if you believe in the project. If the rumors are true, this thing could pump quick. And it is beat down. It is beat down. You know? What are the uneven butt cheeks trying to tell you? Or is that no longer my jam? Of course it's my jam. Of course it's my jam. We got the uneven cheeks. We got Dolores. Hang on, that's not Dolores. Where's Dolores? Here she is. We got Dolores at the diner, baby. We still got the uneven butt cheeks, man. We still got the uneven cheeks. Here we go, baby. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of a move. Come on, Betty. Come on, Betty. What's my trading journey? My trading journey is when I first got married in 2014. Yeah, we do have an Adam and Eve here. I got into precious metals. I got into stacking precious metals. All right. My enthusiasm for precious metals led me down the Bitcoin rabbit hole. All right. And the reason I got into precious metal in the first place is because I understood the dangers of fiat currency. And I understood that if I wanted to have anything sustainable for my family, I shouldn't be in the dollar. I should not be in the dollar, right? So for me, gold and silver were the preservation of purchasing power. Then I saw Bitcoin. So when I was 26, when Bitcoin was around $600, this is right around the time I turned 26, I decided to put my whole life savings into Bitcoin, all right? Then I watched in awe, feeling like a genius, as this thing went to $3,000, right? Went to 3K. So right around here is when I got in, right around here, all right? Right around here, this area here. I watched as this thing went up to 3K. I couldn't believe it. I remember when we hit $3,000. It was insane. I remember opening up my Coinbase app. I was on a walk. I've always walked a lot. And I just couldn't believe it. It was amazing. I felt like such a dang genius. Now keep in mind, that was after a year. All right, that was after a year. I saw my investment go up about, almost 400%. I could not believe it, right? Well, then I watched in awe as this thing went up to 10K. 10K, I couldn't even believe it, 10K. I remember when we hit 10K, I actually sold Bitcoin. I was at the gym doing tricep pushdowns. I got an alert from Coinbase that we were at 10K, and I went home to sell Bitcoin as fast as I could because I thought to myself, there is no way this can keep going up. I had this intuition. Well, my intuition was wrong because within the next 2 weeks, the price doubled again. Another 100%, we went up to 20K. And then I did sell a lot of Bitcoin when we were at 10K, and I sold more when we were at 17K. But I still held a lot. I sold enough to actually buy the property where I'm currently homesteading. Then I watched in horror as what I thought, because I honestly thought this thing was going to keep going up forever at the time. It was super bullish. YouTube said 30K next. And it made sense. We were at 10K. We were at 20K a few weeks later. Why not 30K? Everyone's bullish. Everyone's talking about stuff I don't understand. People are pulling up MACDs. People are pulling up RSIs, talking about so bullish. We got this momentum wave cross and this moving average cross. This is in 2017, 2018. Then I watched in horror as we tip all the way back down to 3K, right? And then this is when I realized, you know what? People make money trading charts, and it doesn't matter if the price goes up or goes down. People make money. And so I started to get into stock trading. I wanted to trade stocks. That was my goal. So I started to study. I started to read blog posts and watch YouTube videos and take courses online. Lots of different courses, tons. Spent a lot of money learning how to do TA. And my wife was upset with me. She said, Jay, you're spending all this money. When is it going to pay off, Jay? So she told me. I said, I don't know. You just wait. You just wait, I said. I decided to trade Forex instead of stocks because I like the idea of longing and shorting, and I like the idea of more technical trading and not so much based on fundamentals, right? I got into the no-nonsense Forex guy, JP from No Nonsense Forex. He was into something called algorithmic trading. He did not do technical analysis at all. He relied strictly on indicators. So I thought it was very interesting, his style of relying on indicators only, and he only would trade the daily time frame. And I was kind of watching him for a long time, seeing how he was doing his thing. Now, of course, if you're doing that, really the only way to make real money is to trade for a prop firm, because trading on the daily time frame, Forex, I mean, if you don't have big money, you're making very little money doing that, right? If anything. So I kind of, during that time, having my technical analysis training from the internet mixed with this algorithmic style of trading, I just kind of combined the two together. Technical analysis, horizontals, also using indicators, right? And I was messing around with Forex trading, doing this kind of stuff, right? I didn't know at the time when I was learning all this stuff, I didn't know that you could trade Bitcoin futures. In fact, I don't even know when Bybit became a thing, but I remember when I first discovered Binance futures and Bybit futures, where you could long and short, just like you could with Forex, but do it with your crypto. And for me, that was a big game changer because I had still had quite a bit of crypto, still a lot of Bitcoin from the market cycle, right? So I dove right into that. And I started to lose insane amounts of money right away, because the one thing I didn't learn from all my studies was proper risk management. So I was essentially gambling with lots of money, trying to make lots of money. And I lost tens of thousands of dollars worth of BTC, not even USDT, a BTC. I don't want to think about what that could be worth now. It doesn't matter. But it got to the point where I quickly realized that I either need to learn how to do this the right way, or I'm not going to be able to do this at all, right? Because I don't, once this stack is gone, it's gone, man. And I'm not trying to lose it. So around 2019-ish is when I really started to take it very seriously. Especially with the risk management. Now, when COVID happened, all right, in 2020, this is when I turned up my trading to the next level. Because remember, at the time I was a business owner. I had a SEO company with my dad and my brother. And that was my main gig. But here's the thing, because of the shutdowns, 25% of my business went out of business, meaning like we had a lot of clients in New York City and they went out for good. We had a lot of clients in North Jersey and they went out for good. So now all of a sudden we're not making money. And my backup plan was to always be like a garbage man or a toll booth worker. But I'm like, the way things are going, and me myself being a conspiracy person, for lack of a better term, I already knew when this whole pandemic thing started that the whole agenda was a vaccine thing, right? And I'm like, I'm not trying to get some kind of government experimentation done on me just so I can be a toll booth worker. I need to figure out some other way to make money. So that's when I decided to take trading super serious. And I remember, March, April, May, June of 2020, sitting right out here in this exact place where I am right now, out here in God's beautiful creation, right? In this exact driveway, looking out at the mountains here in the back, right? Thinking to myself, man, I really got to learn what to do. And I was back testing and I was practicing. I was back testing, I was practicing, I was doing all this stuff right here in this driveway. And that's really where I developed my strategies. And I'll tell you this too. You know what? Nothing makes you a better trader than trading. Nothing makes you a better trader than trading. When you are put in a situation where it's the thing that you do, I mean, that is really the only way to become good at it. You can learn all you want, you can study all you want, you can backtest all you want, but until you're doing it day in and day out, that's what really is going to make you good. That's what really is going to make you good. The repetition, the experience, all that stuff. Conspiracy facts, yeah, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. You guys know what I mean? I know. Conspiracy theory, the word is, was created after the JFK assassination to make anybody questioning the narrative look crazy. I know. First liquidation was amazing to see. I know, right? It's just such a horrible feeling of realizing you could lose that much money so quick, right? Rayco Gonzalez, clearly not a conspiracy theorist here. Clearly not. Look, I have nothing against, I should say this, especially for the YouTube algos. I love vaccines. I love them so much. If there's a way to avoid a potentially deadly illness, then by all means, you go ahead and you do that thing that's going to protect you. If there's a way to prevent a deadly illness or infection, then you go and do that thing to keep yourself safe. All right? And I'm not even joking about that. All right? If there's a way to do that, you go ahead and do that. But let's look at the receipts. Let's look in hindsight about the so-called COVID-19 pandemic. All right? The vaccine was not a vaccine. All right? A vaccine is something that's supposed to give you immunity. That didn't happen. It didn't give you immunity. You still get it. You could still pass it. And now you got to get a booster every 2 months just to kind of lower your chances of maybe getting it or passing it. So let's just think logically about what happened here. A new form of technology, essentially medical experimentation, which was supposed to solve the problem, was mandatory. You could have lost your job if you didn't take it. It was mandatory. It wasn't really mandatory, but people are put in a situation where if they don't take it, they lose their livelihood. So for all intents and purposes, it was mandatory. And it didn't do what they said it would do. And they lied about it over and over. And now in hindsight, we're seeing it had some very detrimental effects. A lot of people getting very serious side effects, including aggressive forms of cancer, cardiovascular issues, for a disease that had a 0.001% death rate, or maybe less than that, for your average healthy person. Unless you're a fat, obese person with diabetes, then it had a higher death rate. But you know what's funny? I don't know personally anybody who died of that. I know everybody had it, allegedly, because all of a sudden now, everyone's testing. Isn't that so weird? So weird, man. People are so dang weird. You know, I'm kind of a germaphobe myself. And if you're sick, stay home. All right, stay home. I don't want to be around you when you got the dang flu or if you got the dang cold. But all of a sudden, after COVID-19, people go crazy. Yeah, I'm super sick, but don't worry. I tested. It's not COVID, so I can still come around you. No thanks. Get the heck away. I don't know anyone who died of COVID-19. I personally don't know anyone. I've heard stories. I've heard stories of people. Yeah, I know a guy who knows a guy. I personally don't know anyone. Just saying. And I'll tell you this. It's so funny because the last 2 years, flu season has been so bad that if they should have waited until 2025 or 2026 to say there was a deadly pandemic, because honestly, I knew so many people that almost died of the normal flu in the past 2 years. It's very interesting. But yeah, so like, you know, like I said, I'm super pro-vaccine. If there's a thing you can do to prevent illness, by all means do it. But if there's a government mandatory genetic experimentation thing that doesn't work and causes more problems than it's supposedly trying to help with, I think I'd be a little wary next time when the government says, hey, I've got this thing for you. You know? When Benjamin Netanyahu goes on live TV and takes a shot in the arm from a guy who's not even wearing gloves, saying it's the COVID shot, when Obama sits cross-legged in a room getting a shot in the arm to make you want to get it, when they're giving free cheeseburgers away so that you get this shot in your arm, you should be a little bit wary about that. And rest assured, those people were not getting the COVID shot. They're probably getting a vitamin B12 shot. Telling you, man. But whatever. Whatever. You know, it's a one-way ticket to good old Shadowban City. But you know what? The one thing that's nice about this period of time right now is you are allowed to say more things on the internet. The damage is done. That's the thing. You couldn't, what I just said would get my video ripped down in 2020 or 2021. But because the damage is done, the economic damage from COVID, which is to double the dollar supply within a very short period of time, to cause inflation, to squeeze out the middle class, and to make the rich businesses richer, and to destroy the middle class in America. And because the damage is already done to the people who took the shot, now you can talk about it. Now it's all coming out. Now in hindsight, everything's coming out. But no one cares, and nothing's going to happen about it. But at least we can talk about it in hindsight, I guess. Doesn't really matter now. Even if everyone knows everything, doesn't matter anymore. The damage is done. When Biden's getting a shot on live TV, the poor man can't even hold his poop in his pants. Do you think they're really going to take a risk giving this shot to the president of the United States on live TV? Heck no, they're not. Of course they're not. They know it like all vaccines have potential side effects. They're not going to risk having the president of the United States pass out on live TV. They're not really taking the shot, guys, you know? Your wife never got the shot. That's good. Religious exemption. That's good. That's good. I know, never once did they say eat healthy and exercise, but what they did do is they gave you free McDonald's if you went and got your dang shot. What the heck? And don't go outside and get some vitamin D from the sun. God forbid. God forbid. That was so strange. But you know what? Never mind, because obviously this is a crypto trading channel. All right? This is a crypto trading channel. But, you know, that was definitely a psychological operation, 100%. And it had many purposes. And you know, I got a lot of ideas about it, but this ain't the place. This ain't the dang place. Yeah, fast food and liquor stores are open. This market volume is so sad right now. Shout out to Rhyme of Reality Podcast. God bless you, bro. If Elon didn't buy Twitter, we'd all be in woke hell. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. This is the most. Why are Americans so fat? I think it's a lot of reasons. I think one of the main reasons is because our food supply is full of not food. There's cultural reasons, as well as I think just the foods that people are accustomed to eating are not actually food. So it's very easy to get fat if you're not eating food. And also, we do live a very sedentary lifestyle over here. You know, laziness is kind of glorified. In general, you know. Big shout out to Irish Dutchman. God bless you, bro. Shout out to Rhyme of Reality Podcast. He says, Jesus is a genius. God is the big banger. New breakthrough discovery, astrophysics, quantum consciousness, unified field theory of time, unifying scripture, Daniel 12:4. Daniel 12:4. Said about travel will increase. People go to and fro. Let's check it out. Yeah. Many will go here and there. And the knowledge will increase. Yeah. A lot of people think this is talking about technology increasing, travel increasing, knowledge increasing. It's a very interesting scripture for sure. I love the book of Daniel. Wish I could pull up the Hebrew. Man, this is the choppiest, grossest, disgustingest trade in the world, man. Did you miss the egg code? No, Gravy Train. The egg code is happy LOL. Happy LOL. You have to buy kosher food. What does that have? Oh, well, no, that's not true, man. Kosher food is also some of the most disgusting garbage you could possibly eat. Serious, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, man. It's so funny because well, what was it? Someone brought us because, you know, I remember, so I invited some friends over for Passover, all right? And they every time they come to my house, they love to bring bread, all right? They're like, can we bring bread? We're like, no, it's Passover. You cannot bring the bread. So they went to the store. They got some Manischewitz stuff that was kosher for Passover. I mean, it was the most disgusting, full of like, I mean, they brought these fruit slices over, these candy fruit slices full of artificial colors, high fructose corn syrup. They brought these dang chocolate lollipops that were full of like gross chemicals and all this stuff. We're like, you know, thank you guys, you know, of course, thank you. Would never say this to their face. I hope they're not watching. But I thought to myself, it's so funny. This is the most unhealthy And you look at some of the stuff that's parv and kosher, and it is disgusting. It is so bad for you. You know? What's the egg code? It's happy. LOL. All right, this is the egg code. Egg code. Now, I eat a biblically clean diet. All right? I eat a biblically kosher diet. But here's the thing. I won't eat something that's called kosher. Just because it's technically clean doesn't mean it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? You're kosher for Cocoa Puffs? I'll bet you those are kosher. You know? Let's see. Bet you they are. Yep, they are. Look at that. Of course they are. But you know what's not is Lucky Charms. Those are not kosher. Not kosher. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. They got pig in it. All right? They got some swine in those Lucky Charms. Do I believe in Jesus? I believe in Jesus with everything I have, my man. Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, 100%. $100%, 100%. Come on, Bitcoin. Why you got to do this to me? You know what? We want some volatility here. We don't want none of this nonsense. What is going on? What is going on with this nonsense, man? Seriously. How long have we been live for? I haven't even peed in the bushes yet. Maybe a pee in the bushes will help. Let's see if a pee in the bushes will help. We've been live for 2 hours. We're waiting for the big move. Let's go pee in the bushes, guys. All right. Yeah, probably true for a lot of people. Whoa, connection lost. Sorry, guys. We have weak Wi-Fi out here in the pea trees. We back, baby. We back. Sorry about that. Look, the pea trees. All right, they're a little bit much. They're a little bit much. They're a little bit much. I pissed on the Wi-Fi. I should buy Starlink, honestly. All right, look, P equals bullish, guys. Look at that. Wait a second. Oh, I must have got disconnected from the dang internet. Here we go, baby. Give me a big juicy blue. Bitcoin gonna show me what she gonna do. Give me the big juicy blue. All right, be careful not to turn the camera around when I'm peeing in the bushes, right? What is this? This is not normal. There we go. That's more normal. Come on, baby. Let's get a pump. Let's get a big old pump here. Hope we get a little bit of a pump here. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pump here, guys. Can't go wrong. How do market makers move their limit order so fast? I don't know. Big shout to our super chat. What's my TP on this one? 80K. 80K. 80K, 80K. Let's see if we can get it 80K. We got a pumperoni. Is it hard to get started affiliate marketing? I mean, it's not like it used to be, man. Like back in the day, no joke, you used to be able to just make a website and like rank #1 on Google so easy. Now SEO is like a totally different game, and no one even uses Google anymore to look for stuff. Like yeah, I don't even know how to get started. I don't even know how to get started, you know? So I can't tell you if it's easy or not. I feel like it's like old school, like that kind of is done. The only way to affiliate market now is have a YouTube channel. All right. It's not like it used to be. You got to be on social media now to affiliate market. You got to have a TikTok. You got to have an Instagram. You got to have a YouTube. You got to have some kind of a social media following. Because it used to be where you could take advantage of like Google and stuff like that, you know, but not anymore. Not anymore. We're in the basement gym. That's where we're at now. Yeah, AI changed it big time. AI changed affiliate marketing big time. We're still getting a little bit of a move though. My upside target is 80 grand. That's where it's at. And if we don't bounce from here, I am looking for a little bit lower. This is a painful long though. It's painful. You know, it's painful. What would I do if I started from scratch with 5K only? I would get a job, man. I would honestly get a job. I would get some kind of a job, or here's what I would do. I would get a job. I would and start a business, and hopefully my business would be able to get me out of my job. I would not, with that kind of money, I would not start by investing. I would start by starting a business. I think investing comes after you have a business. If I was in that exact position, I would not try and trade that money. I would not try and trade that money. Yeah, okay, so Adam Thomas, yeah, Propfirm for sure. Yeah, Propfirm for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, Propfirm. I would try and trade on a Propfirm. Also, I would get a job and start a business. Because when you are in need of money, the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position where you will make emotional decisions with your money and lose it all. Like, you don't want to do that. I think one of the best assets a person can have is a business. And once you have that cash flow coming on in through your business, then it becomes much easier to make sound decisions when it comes to your trading. Because if you are relying on that money to feed your family, you're going to make some really dumb decisions, man. If you're not relying on the money to feed your family, then you'll think more clearly. It's just how it works. Maybe you have better psychology than me, but what's the point of trading TA right now when the big moves are clearly news-based? I mean, I would disagree with that. I think the big moves are purely technical. Purely technical. I mean, for example, the short trade that I'm in right now is a very technical trade. It's a very technical trade, right? Technical trade. If we get a CDW at 79.3, I'll go for a short scalp, all right? And I took it. I took it based on the technicals only. It looked super bullish, but I still took it. And the long trade from 68K, right? That long trade from 68K, which I'm still in. This was purely technical, bro. Look at the trade. Look at the trade now. From 68K, purely technical. Purely technical. We came down to a point of control. We had bullish divergences. We had confirmation. Right from this level, we got the breakout. Hang on. We got the breakout right here. We got the breakout. We got the back test of a key support. Bam. I mean, that is super technical, bro. I don't know what else to say. The news might facilitate the technicals, but honestly, I think that the news can facilitate the technicals, but honestly, if you are a technical trader, you are one step ahead of the news always. You are one step ahead of the news always if you're a technical trader. People who trade the news, in my opinion, with crypto, they always lose. Maybe people can do it with stocks because the fundamentals really matter. But if you're trading the news for crypto, you've already lost, man. Because if we get bearish news, you know, you missed that move already because the technicals predicted it and you missed it. Maybe the news helped you out a little bit. Like, I have some old videos on YouTube, all right? Go to youtube.com/Jason Casper, all right? And go to, let's search here. Jason Casper. Elon Musk tweets. See if we can find that. Yeah, check out this video. How to trade Elon Musk tweets. All right. This is an old video from 4 years ago. All right. In this video,
today I'm going to walk you through step by step the market cipher strategy that I used to short this top right here and long this bottom right here. Now,
yeah, so this was back when Elon Musk was doing some hanky-panky. All right. So I shorted here, I longed here. Elon Musk tweeted something bearish about Bitcoin. He tweeted something bullish about Bitcoin. And we caught both moves, like, in the moment. Because we had plans, like, in advance. I mean, that we were technical plans. I mean, really, go back, watch this video from 4 years ago. You know? How to trade Elon Musk tweets is basically you take the trade before he tweets. You know? Check it out. The Jason Casper YouTube channel. Man, this is the most painful trade I've ever been in my life, man. How did AI change affiliate marketing? I don't really know. Shout out to Cia9-7. I took the last 3 trades in the Discord and printed good. Why don't I finish my basement? Because I don't want to. I like it down here. I like it unfinished, man. I like it unfinished. I like things ghetto. I have the top of the line equipment here. I have the real deal. Hammer strength equipment, Life Fitness, stuff you find in hotels. I've got all this like legit equipment in here, but it's unfinished. I like it ghetto, man. It is what it is. I don't like things too fancy. I don't know. I hate fancy stuff. I'm not fancy enough for that. I'm not fancy enough for nice things. I don't know. Just don't like it. You know? Why do I still drive around my old beat up pickup truck? Because I like it. I like it. I like it. You know? How come I wear the same shirt every day? Because I like it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me time to close it. Yeah, maybe. Like, here's the thing. If this trade will stop me out at a break even. I've already hit a TP1. It will stop me out at a break even. So if it stops me out at a break even, I've lost nothing. I'm still short, up 9K, and then I will I'll look for another long. You know, no big deal. Yeah, it's functional. Besides, honestly, what would you rather be in? What would you rather work in? A gross, unfinished basement or some pristine, state-of-the-art looking shiny place. Give me the gross basement, man. I'm down here to get like, let out my inner beast. It's supposed to be gross. It's supposed to be ugly down here. You know? It's you and the iron. You know what I'm saying? One last short, then a couple years of swing long. Yeah, that's right, Decrypto. Let's see how low we can go. Down to 70K at least. Man, if we start to lose, like the truth is, if we do start to lose 72.5, then that is not a good sign. I feel like I have something crawling on my back here. Hang on. I feel like I have a bug on me. Yeah, if we come back down to value area high, right? If we come back down to value area high. Oh my goodness, it's 330? We lose 73.5-ish. Yeah, this is not good. And honestly, even losing this trend line is not good here. I can't believe it's 330, guys. That is crazy. Shout out to T. She says growth basement has unlimited potential. That's true. It does have unlimited potential down here. I love this growth basement. This is my happy place. Look, I even have in my basement a place where I could walk. Do you see this? You see how I could just walk constantly in the basement? I have a loop set up in the basement where I could just walk in the loop. You know, if it's raining out, if it's cold out, just come down to the basement, go for a nice walk. If I want to do a YouTube stream down here, just come into the basement, do a nice walk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to T in the chat. Nice, your friend has a crusty basement with a mini ramp inside. That's cool. Oil's looking bullish. Yeah, we were just looking at oil. Man, well, this has been a lackluster day, guys. A lackluster day for trading. If only I had taken a short, but we never actually hit the VWAP today. Everyone loves T. T is the best. Big shout out to T. Concrete is harder than the knees and back. Well, I'm not on the concrete. I have horse stall mats down here. Horse stall mats. Good kind, the thick horse stall mats. You know. I found them on Facebook Marketplace a long time ago, back in 2018. They are reliable. I can drop heavyweights on those with no issues. With no issues. You know? You know, these horse stall mats can withstand the dropping of these. Now, I don't know what you European guys use. I guess 45.3 kilogram plates here, but these are 100-pound plates. You know, you load those things up on the barbell. You drop that on the floor. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, guys, I guess I'm gonna have to head out because it's 3:30 in the afternoon. And nothing's happened for the past 2.5 hours. So God bless y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.